Hi, this is Alan, traditional acupuncturist with some 30 years clinical experience. Just take a little bit of your time and talk to you about chronic fatigue syndrome, post-viral syndrome, and fatigue in general. I have been very fortunate in as much 20 years ago I came into contact with a master practitioner in Japan who took the time and made the effort to teach me some incredibly powerful techniques to help people suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome and post-viral syndrome. This is such a debilitating condition. Otherwise healthy people having difficulty getting out of bed. In the case of Emma Snowsill, Olympic gold medal triathlete, she had difficulty getting out of bed to go to the toilet. This is a gold medal athlete. In the case of Leroy, he had been suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome for 18 years. I'll say that again, 18 years. His life was on a string. Another patient that comes to mind that I worked with the earlier part of this century is an Australian rules footballer, famous Australian rules footballer by the name of Alistair Lynch, who had incredible difficulty playing more than 20 minutes in a 120-minute game. I am really happy to say in all of these situations, in Emma's situation, Leroy's situation and Alistair's situation, these are three of hundreds of situations and people I've worked with suffering from chronic fatigue. Emma has gone on to win a number of triathlons after having treatment and then moving on in her career after having suffered from chronic fatigue. Leroy has a lovely family and is operating an incredibly successful business in sound and audio engineering. And Alistair Lynch, who had never won a premiership in any sport in his life, went on to win 3 national Australian rules football titles in a row with the Brisbane Lions. And I would say that in all of these cases, each of these individuals would acknowledge the incredibly important role that traditional acupuncture played in helping them recover their health and then go on to once again perform at an elite level, whether it be in business or whether it be in sport. I've just worked with Isaac, a young fellow who had suffered from Ross River fever, which is a mosquito-borne virus. He had moved into chronic fatigue. His limbs ached all the time. He had difficulty in doing anything. He's an elite level basketballer still in high school, and this boy was in big trouble. Some 3 weeks after he commenced treatment, his health has improved markedly. There's no need for me to see him any further, although he will come in on once a month, just once a month, for a maintenance treatment to ensure that his immune system maintains integrity and he is able to avoid relapsing back into that condition. One of the tricky things about chronic fatigue is if the patient or the person doesn't maintain good, strong, vital health, then the potential for them to relapse back into chronic fatigue is there. But I'm happy to say that the patients, all of those that I have maintained contact with have enjoyed really good health and have not relapsed back into chronic fatigue syndrome. I love treating people suffering from this condition because the Western medical model has very little to offer them, and it gives me a great deal of satisfaction to be able to provide some form of relief and some methodology to improve the health of people who have been knocked over, literally, with viral syndrome and then gone into chronic fatigue or post-viral. So if you are suffering from any of those conditions, please consider traditional Japanese acupuncture. You are very welcome to pop in to see me. I'm sure you'd be happy with the results. This is Alan saying thank you very much for being here.